you, folks. How are you? Oh, thank you very much for that wonderful applause. I think I know why this liberal audience is happy today. The Supreme Court announced today that they will decide this summer whether all 50 states must allow gay marriage, which is a pretty big thing for the Supreme Court to do. And they said, this is interesting, they said they're going to set aside more than they usually do time for oral arguments. They're going to decide 2.5 hours for oral arguments and 3 for anal. I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. The other reason why you're happy? 3-day weekend, right? That's right. Monday is Martin Luther King Day, or as it's known to the Academy Awards, Monday. Well, I say that, you know, because the Academy Award nominations came out this week, and no blacks in any of the major categories. Kind of a scandal, yeah. But the British did very well. If you like white people, they fucking cleaned up. Let me tell you. Imitation Game, did you see that one? The Best Picture nominee, and also Theory of Everything. Yeah, it's funny, the British movies are about a brilliant physicist and a brilliant mathematician. The American movies are about a wrestler, a drummer, and a sniper. Everything an idiot wants to be when he's 10. But if their movies beat our movies are going to beat them up in the cafeteria after the show. Yeah, American Sniper, interesting, up against Selma, which is a little weird since Martin Luther King was killed by a sniper, so I'm not looking forward to that dance number. Meryl Streep got a nomination. They didn't say what for, they just assumed. And Keira Knightley got a nomination. Yeah, they got her on the phone at dawn. She said she was so nervous she hadn't eaten since 2006. But enough about our petty concerns here in Hollywood. Everybody in the country is talking about is how to live in this new era of dangerous, fanatical ideology. But enough about the new Republican Congress. Terrorism is also pretty scary out there in the world. Did you see this? Police in Belgium interrupted what was going to be a terrible attack, just like in France. Here in Ohio, we arrested a homegrown terrorist. And Obama still trying to make it up to the French for not going over there for the big march on Sunday, which he should. That was a boner. Really? We're laughing at boner? So what he did was he sent John Kerry over to Paris. I swear to God, did you see this? With James Taylor, who sang to them, "You've Got a Friend." Which actually went over very well. And actually, James Taylor should have quit while he was ahead. Then he wound up playing his other hits, and he played the exact wrong song for the French, "Shower the People," which they took as a dig. They don't fucking shower. Did you ever hear about that? The French don't shower. Get out of here. But look, we definitely should have gone to that march. And to his credit, the White House did acknowledge that. But you know Obama, he's always cool about this shit. He's like, yeah, we'll go next time. Sounds like you guys in Europe are gonna run out of crazy Muslim terrorists, okay? Meanwhile, over in Saudi Arabia, they have delayed the next public flogging. Do you hear about this? There was a blogger got flogged. Say that 3 times fast. For insulting Islam, and he gets 1,000 lashes. That's the penalty. And of course, you can't do that all at once. So they gave him 50. He's supposed to get 50 a week, but they found out he still has not recovered from the first 50, so they delayed the next 50. See, there are moderate Muslims. Oh, the brave people at Charlie Hebdo better hope so. And by the way, these people have balls the size of Gerard Depardieu. They really do. They put out their next issue, by the way, sold 3 million copies with a... Yeah. With a certain prophet on the cover. I'm not going to say which one. You know, it took us 10 years to rebuild the World Trade Center. France went back to insulting people like that. But not everyone agrees. The Pope, this is so sad. I was starting to really like this Pope. He's dead to me now. Oh yeah, fuck the Pope. Well, look, George Bush said it. You're either with us or against us, okay? Apparently the Pope is not with us because he came down on the side of the bad guys. He said, you cannot provoke. You cannot insult someone's faith. You cannot make fun of the faith of others. I guess he doesn't get HBO. And then the Pope, the Vicar of Christ, the representative of the Prince of Peace, I swear to God, I fuck with you not, mimicked punching someone in the face. He pointed to his aide and he said, you know what? If Luigi here, or Giuseppe, whatever his name is, made fun of my mother, yes, just like Jesus said. I think it's in Galatians 13 when Jesus said, turn the other cheek. Into my fist, you fucking mook. Maybe I'm misquoting there, but okay. This was in the paper today. Headline in the New York Times, ocean life faces mass extinction. Is that bad? Yes. I think that's bad. Also, officially now from NASA and the oceanic people, 2014, the hottest year ever since we started recording. How long before the Republicans stopped denying this? I mean, just look at the data. Look at the ice caps. Look at John Boehner's face. And the man who mocked Obama for saying the oceans were rising, remember that? Mitt Romney, back in the race, jumping in with 2 feet there. He was at the RNC convention this year, not the convention, but they have their winter meeting down in San Diego. I like this. The organizers put him to make his speech on the USS Midway, a mothballed aircraft carrier that has outlived its usefulness. I wonder if he got the hint. And you know, the Republicans, they're all sniping at each other. Mitt Romney's getting back in. Rand Paul said Mitt running again is the definition of insanity. Yeah, he said, he quoted Einstein. We're not sure if it's Einstein, but he said, remember that famous quote, when you do the same thing over and over again with expectation of a different result, that's insane. Now again, we don't know if that was Einstein who said that. Whoever said don't do the same thing over and over again, we don't know. But it wasn't Bill Cosby.